Okay, the next thing that I'm going to show is we'll do the eyes again. So I will open up recent for me. I hope the eyes are there. The eye JPEG. Okay, there's the one eye JPEG, and over here you can see it's on one layer. Now I want to make a new layer. Okay, so there's a new layer. Now I'm going to select this bottom one again. I'm going to select it by going select all. Then I'm going to go to edit, copy, and then I'm going to select the top layer again, and I'm going to I'll turn off this bottom layer, make things simple, and then when I go edit paste, we see the second eye, and it's on a floating selection. If I anchor it, it'll drop it down onto that blank layer. So go down here, again, just watch the arrow, go down to the anchor button, anchor, and it's anchored it to that transparent layer. Now we've got two layers of the same image, and that is a right eye, and well, they're both right eyes. But what I'm going to do first to put both eyes together is to increase the width of this image so I can put both eyes on it together. So I'll go to image, canvas size. You can see the width is 400. I want the width to be double that, which will be 800. 800, you see I type that in, and resize. I'll slide that one over there and then resize, and you can see we've got plenty of room there. Now because I've already copied the eye, I'm just going to paste it again by going edit, paste, and I'm going to have to also, I can do it two ways. I can anchor it, or I can just click add new layer. Added a layer, and they're both well, now I've got three eyes. I don't actually need all three, doesn't matter. I'm going to merge that first one. I don't think first what I'm going to do is I'll use the drag tool and see what I've done. Drag, yep, I've already had two eyes, so I'm going to drag that second one that I copied on to here, roughly, somehow. Without a mouse pad it's hard. But they're both facing as though they are right eyes. So I'm going to have to flip one over. So I'm going to choose the flip tool, which is, if I can remember, that one there looks like the flip tool. And then I just select one of these, click on one of these, and it will flip it. So you can see that's flipped now, and that's all looking good. And I'll merge that layer down. Sorry, cancel. I'll right click on that, and I'll go down to here to merge down. And this eye here, I'm gonna use the trash can to delete. We don't need that. Now, the first select tool I will use will be the ellipse that we used in class. I'll just drag it anywhere. That's way too big, but you can adjust it. So I'm adjusting that down there, and then I'm going to the side here I'm pulling that one back in there a bit. I'm pulling, going down the bottom one now, pulling that in, going over the side, pulling that in, and that is roughly selected the eye. I did it a bit roughly, but it's good enough for our purposes. Actually, I should have added a transparent layer because I want to use a layer burn tool to change the eye colour. So it's not too late. I will just go down here and add another layer. Click OK. There we have another layer. It's sitting on top of our photo. So now any takers on what colour I should make this eye. Our foreground here, as you can see, is already red, so I might just leave that as red. Use the bucket tool and fill that in red. You can see how it's a bit blurry. That's because I should have gone over to my tool options and also another tab that's handy would be the brushes. I want to use a hard brush, and then I'll go back over again using that, and actually I'll make sure it fills whole selection. I had fill similar colours. Now it's better to use fill whole selection, and click again. That's a lot better. Now having used the ellipse tool for the second eye, I could use the lasso tool, or which is usually called the free select tool, to gradually go around and select that second eye. But I like using the intelligent scissors because it tries to guess what I'm trying to select, and often that is probably my most favourite select tool because it tries to guess what you're doing, and that comes in handy. We'll increase the size to 200 just to make things a bit bigger for a while, to make it easier. I've still got the magic or intelligent scissors, so it's going to try and guess, as you can see, what colours I'm trying to select. And it is getting tricky because I don't have a mouse pad. I'll even go up here to the black a bit. And there. I rushed it a bit. I'm really mucking it up. I'll go Control Z. Control Z. Not working too well. It's making me start again now. I'm starting it again. On most images, this intelligent scissor helps a lot more than it tends to be helping me now. And then go on the last one, hit enter key, and that's been selected. Now instead of okay, I'm going to colour that. I'll change it from red and I'll use green. You can click one of these for green. You can play for these to change your colours. You can play with all these to change your colours. Say if I could do that there, or I could just hit green here and then choose any sort of hue of green. I might make a very bright green by leaving it up there. Click OK.